Well, a state appeals court has overturned the conviction of a Beaumont man who was on death row for the murder of a woman and her teenage daughter. Judges agreed that crucial DNA evidence was mishandled, and that led to false testimony during the 2017 trial of Joseph Colone, Jr. Now, the families of Mary Goodman and her 16-year-old daughter, Brianna, may have to sit through another trial more than a decade after their deaths. 12 News reporter Simona Barca joins us now. Simona, what exactly does this mean for the case?
Letitia, the DA's office tells me this is like going back to square one. It's as if the first trial never even happened. I also spoke with the victim's family today. They tell me the whole situation is just frustrating and disheartening. They also say today would have been Brianna's 28th birthday. She was only 16 years old when she was killed.
This is the worst case that I've seen since I've been DA.
District Attorney Bob Wortham is talking about the case against Joseph Colone, who was convicted and sentenced to death for the 2010 murders of Mary and Brianna Goodman, Beaumont mother and daughter.
These were two witnesses. They lost their life because they had the nerve to come forward and tell us what was going on and who the guy that actually did the robbery. And so he executed our two witnesses.
Mary Goodman witnessed Colone robbing a Beaumont game room. Mary came forward to tell law enforcement what happened. Then Colone shot and killed Mary and her daughter Brianna in their own home.
As my 8 years of sitting as DA, this was the only case I had approved for a death penalty case because I don't really believe in the death penalty. But there are times when it's the only option. And in this case, it was the only option.
But now his conviction has been overturned because of evidence that was mishandled during the investigation. The Office of Capital and Forensic Writs released a statement saying, quote, when a lab analyst went to examine the evidence and collect DNA from it, he found that the cooler had been left unrefrigerated for 30 days, stored in conditions ripe for contamination and degradation. Now they're back to square one.
Everything's starting at the beginning. We'll have to prove up every fact, even the fact that it occurred in Jefferson County. We have to prove up every single fact that is in the indictment.
The DA tells me they intend to seek the death penalty again this time around. They tell me they don't expect a change in verdict, but there could be a different punishment. I'm live in Beaumont, Simona Barca, 12 News.